Hello friends, welcome to this new tutorial. Today I have here this phone from T-Mobile. It's called the REVVL 4, and the problem on it, as you see, is the screen. So today I will show you how to place the screen on this phone. Okay, so as you see here, I have a screen. I ordered this screen with the frame. Make sure you order a screen with the frame because you're gonna save a lot of time and headaches. Sometimes maybe when you glue only the screen here, it may keeps popping up from here because of the quality of the adhesive that you are using. So it's better to get it with the frame. So we need a screen like this. I got it from eBay. I think it's like around 35 bucks. It may be a little bit more or less, not sure. You need to find the price according the, it depends on when you are looking for it. Then we need a Phillips screwdriver, a nice semi flat tool like this, a flathead screwdriver, and a plastic like this, or maybe a plastic like this. All right, then we may need some isopropyl alcohol, 99 degree, or if you have the 90 degree, it's okay, but less than 90, that means it will have more water, so you may damage, you may cause some damage to your phone. But the 99 degree, it's the best option for you. All right, so I think that's all what we will need. If we need something during this job, I will let you know. And first of all, make sure you watch the video from the beginning to the end to have an idea about how it will be, the process, how all the steps of the process. Then start applying what you see. Okay, if you have any question, please let me know in the comment area. All right, so let's start. The first thing we're gonna do, we need to take the SIM card out from here. We need a SIM card ejector. We have one somewhere here. I have this. All right, a little piece got broken, breaks here. Anyway, so take the SIM card out, put the SIM side. Then now we have here in this place, we have this weak point. As you see, when I put my nail here, it bent, and from here we're gonna start. I'm just gonna pass my nail here and it will open the screen, open the back. But in case your nails are not strong enough, you can use this guitar pick and just pass it around the edges like this. In case you cannot have access to this, I'm pushing it back together. In case you cannot have access to this place here, then you will need a sharp tool like this, and you can come here and use it and do it. But I'm sure you're not gonna need this one to open the frame. All right, so then we're gonna just pass this all around these edges. When you are close here to these buttons, make sure don't push this deep inside or wiggle or do anything, because you may damage the buttons. And once you release this part and this part, you can just open this like this. When you open it, make sure don't open it all the way, because we have a cable here. You may cut this cable, right? All right, so keep this cable. It can be disconnected from here. We just need to open this latch here and pull the cable out. But in my case, I will just keep it there because I have another way to do it. So we're gonna now what I'm gonna do, I will open all the screws here. We start from here. This is the first screw, second, and this is the last screw here. Okay, the screw won't come off, but it's already open. So you know what, I just changed my mind. We need to open this cable, take it out from here. So to open this cable, I will just come close here to the camera and I will show you. See this black lock here? I'm just gonna use my nail and pull it, open it. So it's open now. As you see, it's open. Then pull the cable out, pull it this way. gently, don't use the force. And that's it. So we get rid of this one. So now I will open this middle frame. I will use the flathead screwdriver. I will go here into this gap. Make sure don't go deep inside because you may damage something on the motherboard. Then lift up this. And once I lift up this, it comes off with this cable on it. This cable is supposed to be connected here, by the way. I will show you how to connect it back when I put the phone back together. So then the first thing we need to disconnect from here is the battery. This phone is still on, I think. So I need to disconnect the battery. This is the battery cable. Use your nail and disconnect it. Then I have two more cables here. I have this one and I have this one. And now I have another cable here. So this cable, make sure you go underneath this silver thing and lift it up gently. Don't use any force with it. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will just take off the motherboard. I will take out the motherboard from here. I start from here, from this part. No, I cannot. Let me see if I can have access from this side. Sometimes the motherboard may have a screw on it, so make sure there is nothing holding the motherboard, and then try to move it gently. If you feel like it's not coming out, I see that the camera cable here is blocking it, so I will disconnect the camera, then I will remove it later on. And that's it. So this is the motherboard. I will put it here. And now what I'm gonna do, I will just come to the screen and I will transfer the small parts from here to here. So the first part that we have is this golden thing. So for this one, let me find a way how I can get underneath. I think I can get underneath from here. If this is too thick, we can use a sharp tool, something like these tweezers, which I didn't mention in the beginning that we will need. But yeah, that's why I want you to watch the video from the beginning to the end, because I may miss something and mention it later. Then here I'm just gonna go underneath and lift up this. Alright, so this is a proximity sensor. It has some adhesive underneath here. We need to either transfer this adhesive if it's still transferable. As you see, it's still, you can still put it back here. This will just help this piece to not keep moving. Then I will just put the piece here on the new screen. Alright, so then we're gonna go to the next step. It's here, the earpiece. The earpiece, we need to have access underneath too. I will go underneath from here. And make sure the earpiece is very sensitive when you are using the tools to go underneath. Make sure don't go just like underneath in the middle. Go exactly underneath, all the way underneath, and pray it up like this. And when you are lifting it up, make sure don't damage this little piece. Also, as you see here, it has these two prongs. Make sure you put them back. When you put it back here, make sure that these two raised prongs here are going toward the inside of the phone, not outside. Because if I put this one like this, it will be a bad connection, then this earpiece not gonna work. So it must be like this. And directly, whenever you remove a piece from here, transfer it directly to the new screen, so you will get rid of the pieces immediately. Alright, so now the next thing I see here that you have the camera. This camera is supposed to come off with the motherboard, but it stuck here, so that's why we have to transfer it too. Now what I'm gonna do, I will use this flathead screwdriver and I will just go underneath and try to lift it up gently. Make sure don't bend it, don't poke it, don't do any damage to it, just work around it until you release it. I got it. Alright, so this one, it will go directly here. Then the last thing on this part here is the buttons. So for the buttons, I can go underneath from here. Sometimes if you feel like the tool that you are using, I'm using this flathead screwdriver, if it's thick, it's not going underneath, you can use something sharper and go exactly underneath and release. Make sure don't make any damage on this cable. And make sure you remove this cable from the bottom. Okay, I'm pulling it, and gently here I may cut this cable if I keep going, so that when I reach this point here, I'm just gonna lift it up gently. Then once you have the cable released from the inside of this chassis, we need to release it from the side here, from this frame, and we just need to go behind it again from here and make sure don't damage the cable. Sometimes you may use a heat gun to heat it up a little bit to refresh the adhesive that is underneath. I'm just like going around it gently and carefully until I release it completely. So I got it. So I got it with the adhesive that was holding it here. If you don't get it with the adhesive, that's fine. You can always transfer it without putting any adhesive underneath, or you can use some adhesive in case you think it's important. Alright, so now I will just transfer this little piece here. Make sure this little piece is aligned. Then we put the cable back here. So there is a small hole here in this cable, so that means this hole gonna be, this little prong here will be inside this hole, this hole. Alright, so I put the cable here. Everything looks fine. So now it's time to transfer the motherboard, to put the motherboard in this chassis. Okay, so then I will just connect the camera cable, and let me see what is else here. So I don't have anything else left here. So now what I'm gonna do, I will go to the bottom part. I remove this, it was like this here. Then here I have the charging port. Let me disconnect this cable, and then I will go here. You see this cable here, I will go underneath and disconnect it. Then I need to lift up this. So to do that, I will just find a point where I can have access underneath and pray it up. I will start from here, from the charging port. If you feel like it's not easy to lift up, you can use a heat gun to heat it up, because you don't want to damage this, But for me, I'm just gonna lift it up little bit by little bit until I release it. I'm using the flathead screwdriver. Keep going. You can use like what they call it, the hair dryer. I have one here, by the way. I'm just not using it to show you that it's possible to do it without using the hair dryer. There is an adhesive underneath here. It's right here. So this adhesive is good to keep it there, because it will help this to stick very well. Also, when you are lifting it up, make sure don't damage this prongs here, these golden prongs. Alright, then we have here the vibrator. We need to use something sharp to go behind it from here and lift it up. Gently, Okay, got it. Then we're just gonna put this here. Make sure it's aligned before you glue it down. I see that I already have this little piece of adhesive that I left here on the charging port. So now I'm just gonna put this here, and then we can connect this cable back. So this cable will go, the first end will be here. Make sure it's matching 100% before you put any pressure on it, because if it's not matching you may damage the edges, then the cable will never connect there. Okay, this is very important, you need to pay attention to it. Okay, don't just try to be in rush and do it. All right, make sure this cable is going all the way inside this channel. Then you do the same thing, you need to connect this cable here. Make sure you align it until it's matching with its connection on the board. Then you connect it. Make sure that the cable is all the way inside the channel, because if it's not in the channel here, when you put this middle frame back, it's not gonna close, it will stay open from here. Then I will connect this cable here. All right, so now we need to take we still have here the loudspeaker. So for this loudspeaker I need to go underneath from here and lift it up gently. There is a plastic gasket underneath this speaker. I'm just gonna remove it because I already have one here. Make sure don't damage this speaker. Alright, so now what happened, I forgot which way this prongs was set here, you know. So I'm just gonna put them this way, then I will figure out on the board. So when I put this board here, that means the two prongs will touch here. That means this needs to be upside down. The same thing for the top earpiece. It's like this, because these two prongs will touch in these two dots. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I will need to remove the battery from here. All right, so to remove the battery, usually they give you you have here this adhesive. Okay, let me put this adhesive back. It was just covering this little spot. It's not really important if you don't put it back, but do it right, you know. All right, so here what I'm gonna do, I will use this IC semi and they will go underneath and they will lift up the battery. When we are going underneath the battery like this, we have a cable here underneath the battery. This cable, make sure don't damage it, okay? I see the cable from here, so I make sure I don't damage that cable. Also, you can remove the battery by opening this adhesive here. See this green adhesive, and pull it, then you use it to pull the battery. And just pull it hard until you release it. If it got cut, that means we need to release a little bit more from here. And I have another one here. Alright, so as you see, I removed it. So in this case, you don't have to use the alcohol, because I was thinking that I will need alcohol to release the glue underneath the battery, but since I don't need it, so we don't need it, you know. Just open this plastic which is covering here, as you see, and pull the battery out. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna we still have one more cable here. See this cable? We need to take it out from here. This black adhesive is covering the cables this way, so I'm just gonna pull this gently. It has adhesive underneath, but I already have the adhesive here, so I don't need this one. So now what I'm gonna do, I will just connect this cable here, make sure it's matching perfect. Then you have here you have these dots, it must be matching with the dot here. Alright, so now I will connect this cable here. This is the battery. It will be connected right here. Then I will the battery sit flat here, because it's already have adhesive underneath on this frame, so that's why we don't need the double sticky adhesive. Alright, so I think I already removed everything from here, and we're done. So now I'm just gonna put the phone back together. We will start with this little piece here in the bottom. Put the screws. One screw here and one here in this corner. And then another one here in the middle. By the way, the screws, all of them are the same except two screws, I think. Let me see. 3 screws, yeah. We have some goldish screws, not goldish, they are like shiny ones, so they are here in the bottom. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but I think it's not a big deal. Alright, so I put the screws here. Alright, so here for this top piece, we're just gonna connect this cable here. This cable needs to be connected first. Let me see if I can pull it a little bit. I'm pulling it from out. Okay, ouch, I cut the cable. Anyway, so if it happens, it happens, you know. So I'm just gonna connect this cable right here. I tried to be nice with it, but it got cut. So then the cable will be coming out from here. Let's suppose it's still coming out from there. This cable is just for the fingerprint scanner. It's not a big deal if it got damaged. Anyway, people are not using the fingerprint all the time on these phones. When it happens, it happens. Unless it's important for you, you can buy this cable from the internet. Maybe you can pay $1 for it, or up to $5, because you need to pay for the shipping, and you can just connected inside. Actually, I supposed to remove this sticker from here before I pull the cable. That's why the cable stucks and it got cut, you know. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, this cable, it's supposed to be coming out from here, I mean this way. So what I'm gonna do, I will just connect it here. I will just connect this cable here. So let me show you how it will be. It will be connected inside. And then we're gonna lock this black thing here. All right, but I think anyway it's gonna give you trouble to put it back while you are connecting the thing here. It's not gonna be easy. You can just do it this way. You can connect the cable this way. All right, so here on the top I have two more shiny screws. One will go here all the way on the top, and another one will go right here. And that's it. The rest of the screws will just go where it's supposed to go, right here and here. All right, I have here one last screw. It's supposed to go here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I will just put this back cover here. We will make sure that this buttons first and snap. We're supposed to test the phone before I continue, but anyway, we will test it now. I put the SIM card back. If you put the SIM card this way here, if it doesn't fit, you can just put it upside down. No, it doesn't fit as well, so I need to try one more time. The SIM card is not well set here. It's supposed to be this way. Okay, let me try now. See, it fits. So now let's turn on the phone to make sure it's working. All right, this is the name of this model. It's a cheap model, by the way. All right, guys, if you like this video, I mean, if you learn something from this video, please hit the thumbs up. This will help the video to be like viewed by other YouTubers, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Also, if you have any questions, any technical question about phones, computers, or tablets, just leave it in the comment area. I'll make sure I give you the right answer. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.